Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well and that you are enjoying your challenges. I'm back with another yoga flow for you, and today we're going to be doing something slightly different. So far in the flows that we have done, they have been, they've been flows, more sort of vinyasa style, so energetic and engaging the muscles, and we do that to build strength and of course flexibility as well. However, today we're going to be doing a yin practice. So it is completely different. It is a much slower style of yoga. We are going to be seated for the whole thing. It's all on the mat, sitting down or lying down. And it's really just working on building flexibility, but also mobility in the joints as well. So we do this by holding the positions for a longer period of time. So we can hold them anywhere from sort of 2 to 5 minutes. And the idea is that we really get into the connective tissue, so the ligaments, the fascia in the body, to increase that mobility and flexibility. So before we start, I always just like to, because obviously I don't know whether you've done any yin yoga before, I always just like to do a little exercise with people. So if you just take your right index finger and pop it into the inside of your left palm, and then if you just close your palm around it and then really tense that right finger, and then try and push your palm away, you'll see that it doesn't move back very far, so you can't really get into the joint. So essentially this is what we're doing when we do vinyasa. We're engaging all the time, activating those muscles. So if you just now relax the finger and then push it back, you'll see that you can really get into the joint there. And this is what we want to be doing in our yin practice today. So really just allowing the muscles in the body to relax. So just being still and just really relaxing, melting. It's more of a restorative style of yoga. But saying that, it's simple. It doesn't necessarily mean easy because we're holding the positions for a longer period of time. But if at any point you get uncomfortable, just come out, take a child's pose, take anything that's comfortable for you, and then join back in if and when you are ready. So you'll notice I've got my jumper on today as well. Like I say, it's all seated, so make sure that you are comfy, you're cozy. I've also got big fluffy socks on, so you can wear a jumper for this. Just make sure, like I say, that you are comfy. And if you have available to you any props, so if you've got any yoga bricks or blocks, that'll be great. If not, you can take some books, just some thick books, just to elevate, bring the floor up to you a little bit more and use it as a prop. And also you will need to have either a cushion or a blanket that you can maybe roll up, again just for some support underneath the lower back. So if you just take a moment, pop me on pause, go and grab those now, and then I will see you on the mat in a moment. Okay, so just coming to a comfortable seated position first of all. So just taking whatever that looks like for you. It could be seated, cross-legged, it could be sitting in lotus or half lotus, or maybe just with the legs out in front of you, whatever that looks like for you. Something you'll be able to hold for about 5-10 minutes or so. And if you are unseated, if you want to pop that cushion or block underneath the bottom, just to elevate through the hips a little more, then again, take a minute, and then just taking hands, resting them on the knees, palms face up towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. And rolling your shoulders up, back, and down the spine. Just lightly sigh it out through your mouth. So as always, just taking these first few moments to become still and to soften, to become that bit more present as we arrive in our practice. Starting to tune out the external and let go of the day, what has happened already or what might happen later on. knowing that you've taken this time out for you. There is nowhere else you need to be. And fully committing. So just checking in with how it is you're feeling right now. Maybe why you've taken the time to commit to this practice. If there's maybe something you're feeling you want to or need to give yourself, and if so, I just invite you, as always, to set an intention around that. Something that you can keep reminding yourself of throughout your practice. So as the body continues to soften, to find stillness, really connecting to that. And making that commitment to continue connecting to that stillness throughout our practice today. So rarely do we just sit with ourselves, slowing down and surrendering. And often when we think of the word surrender, we think about giving up or giving in. But in fact, when we talk about surrender, I'm referring to just accepting what is, allowing it to be, not offering up any resistance, which can so often cause us more pain, more struggle, more hurt. So in this practice, when we are in our physical positions, just not offering up any resistance, surrendering into the position. Slowing down, allowing the body to still, not fighting. And then hopefully being able to take those skills we learn into life off the mat. So just starting to become that little bit more aware of your breath now. As always, not changing anything at first, just simply observing, being the external watcher, with no judgment, with no expectation. Just softly noticing where the breath is happening in your body, how it feels for you right now. And then we're going to come to some alternate nostril breathing today. And this breathing is great for relaxation, for reducing stress and anxiety, and for linking both body and mind. So keeping the eyes closed, just taking an exhale through the nose. And then taking your right thumb to your right nostril, closing it up. You're just going to take an inhale through the left nostril. And then taking ring finger, closing that left nostril. You're going to release the thumb from the right nostril and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Covering that nostril with the thumb, releasing the index, the ring finger from the left nostril. Exhaling. Inhale through the left. Covering back up. Exhale through the right. Inhale. Covering it up. Exhale through the left. On the inhale, we're inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing it up. Exhale through the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing it off. Exhale through the left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just continuing this to the rhythm of your natural breath, breathing in and out for 4 counts through left and right nostrils. And then coming back to your natural breath now. Steady breaths in and out through your nose. So you can keep the eyes open, or you can flutter them open, or you can keep them closed. And then we're going to take it into our first position, which is butterfly. So just taking the soles of the feet together. And again, you can pop the block here underneath the bottom just to elevate through the hips, or a cushion or a blanket, whatever you have to hand that feels good for you. So just having the feet out in front, and they want to be more in a diamond shape here, rather than, they don't need to be really close into the groin. And the further you extend them out, the more that you'll feel it in the hamstrings. And then just lengthening through the spine, taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're slowly just going to hinge forward here, folding, allowing the upper back to round slightly here. Hands just either side of the feet, and allowing your head and your neck to relax. Just hanging heavy, letting everything go and starting to surrender. And if you feel any pain in the knees, you can pop some support underneath them here. And just really allowing the body to become soft. And we're going to hold this position for about 4 minutes. So just observing how it feels first of all, taking your time, being kind to yourself, being patient with yourself. And then with each and every exhale, just allowing those muscles to relax a little more. Sinking deeper into the stillness. And knowing that if the mind starts to wander, that's completely natural, completely normal. So again, hold no judgment to where it goes, just accept, acknowledge, and then come back to either your breath or what you can feel happening in your physical body right now. Connecting back to the self and becoming more familiar with those sensations. As the body continues to relax, seeing how far you've already come. Watching as it opens up for you when you are kind, are patient, when you take your time. Slowly you're just going to start to lift through the upper half of the body. And then keeping your legs where they are. From here we're going to take you into our half butterfly. So just extending the left leg out and then taking the sole of your right foot to the inside of that left leg. Again, just take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just going to fold down that left leg. So in a vinyasa flow, we try and keep the spine as long as possible. But here it can be a little more rounded. Again, head and neck relaxed. If you have a block or a book, you can maybe take your head just to relax onto the block here. Slowly melting and letting go. Again with each and every soft exhale. Keeping the breath steady. Keeping it even. With the exhale, seeing if you can maybe fold a little bit deeper. But as always, being really mindful of where your edge is, where your point of resistance is. So offering up to that point, and then just meeting yourself there, meeting yourself where you are, knowing that it is so much more important how we practice than what we practice. So practicing with intention, with attention. Not fighting, not pushing too hard. Not making things more difficult than we need to. Slowly start to lift back up. And we're going to take it over to the opposite side. So mindfully in your own time, just swapping your legs around, right leg reaching out, the sole of the left foot to the inside of that right thigh. Again, just inhaling to lengthen through the spine. Really feeling the connection of your bottom to the ground, to the mat. Deep breath in, and on the exhale, just folding down that right leg. So again, just being mindful. So just remembering to really meet yourself where you are, just finding your first expression of the pose, finding stillness here, seeing how it feels in your body. And know that this may be different to how it felt on the other side. It might be different to how it felt last week, the week before. So just really becoming familiar and honouring that. And then slowly, just seeing if it's inviting you a little deeper, folding that bit further forward, allowing your head and your neck to relax. Again, maybe popping some support there for the head to relax onto. Remembering to keep the muscles easy, loose, as we work into those deeper connective tissues, lubricating the fascia that surrounds the muscles, into the ligaments. You're slowly starting to ease up again, really gently. And then just taking your hands behind the back, feet just in front, we're just going to take a gentle windscreen wiper here, side to side. Really rolling on the bottom here. And then coming to find some stillness, we're going to take it into our Sphinx pose. So just coming onto the knees. Just come to find an all fours position first of all. And then maybe just take some rolls through the back one way and the other way, just whatever feels good right now. And after those forward folds, we're going to take our Sphinx. So just rolling down onto the tummy. And then you're going to come onto the forearms. So you want the forearms, shoulders ideally, elbows to be underneath the shoulders. So shoulders over elbows. And then the palms of the hands flat onto the mat here. And you can just face forward, maybe take the gaze down onto the mat so you're not compressing into the neck. And this is a compression and stimulation of the sacral lumbar. So if this feels too much pressure in the lower back, you can slide the arms forwards a little bit more, just lowering a bit down. And we're just going to close down through our eyes. allowing the shoulders to become soft, away from the ears, not holding any tension. And just taking a whole body scan right now. Feeling if there is anywhere that you are holding tension, any tightness, any unnecessary tightness that you can just allow to fizzle away with the exhales of your breath. Again, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you and just surrendering into the here and the now, into this position, into accepting what is, allowing it to be. Not wasting any precious energy on fighting, on causing more pain and trouble for yourself. Okay, so we're going to take it into a shoulder stretch now. So many of you will have been working from home for quite a while of this year, the majority of this year. Some of you may have been doing so, or some of you may work in jobs where you are standing up a lot, and we have a tendency to hunch. So lots of people who've been working over those home desks, hunching over if you're stood up all day, hunching over if you're working out in the cold, hunching over. So we're going to really open through the shoulders and through the chest in this next position. So just coming to lower down onto your mat, and I want you to extend the right arm out towards the right side. And then you're just going to roll the body over. Now you can keep the left hand in front of you if that feels good, or you can take it around the back as well. So opening a little more. And if you want to take it even deeper, you can take the left leg and just cross it behind you over the right leg. So either the head can come onto the mat, or you can take the cushion or the blanket or the block and just allow the head to relax here. So if at any point it does get too much, just ease forward, roll a bit more onto the tummy. If you want to take it a little deeper, you can roll the back further over. And again, just closing down through your eyes here. It's quite a deep shoulder opener, so really just be mindful and ease into this with care. Again, finding that stillness. Knowing if the mind wanders, you have the strength, the power within you to bring it back to the breath, to the body, to the present moment. Knowing you are in control. The mind wanders, but they are just thoughts. They are not final, they do not define you. And you are the one in control. So we're just going to take it back over to center now. And we're going to take it into a sphinx for one breath before we come on to the other side. So just lifting up through the spine, back on the forearms. Exhale, lower down, and this time reaching the left arm out towards the left. And then resting on the left cheek, you can again take the right leg over behind the body this time. And the right hand either just softly on the mat in front or reaching behind you. Options are yours. Okay, slowly coming back over to center. Again, we're going to take a gentle sphinx, just coming back onto those forearms, lifting up through the chest. And from here, taking it a bit further into our seal, so coming onto the palms, the hands lifting all the way up. You can keep a slight bend in the elbows. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, take it back to child's pose. So just take those knees wide, big toes to touch, sit bones to heels. And that should feel really nice, releasing here. Okay, and from here we're then going to take it into our shoelace. So if you just come and lift almost into an all fours position, and then keeping the bend in the left knee, dropping down onto your bottom, we're going to see if we can take the right leg over the top of the left. So you want to have the bottom, the sit bones, really connected to the mat. Now if you feel that they are starting to lift from either side, there's a couple of options. So you can either pop the block or the cushion underneath you. Again, just elevating the hips up, and that'll allow the knees to drop down a little more. Other option, and if you feel any pain in the lower knee here, you can just straighten that bottom leg out in front of you. And then just again inhaling, finding that length through the spine. As you exhale, you're just going to slowly fold forward. So again, we don't need to keep the spine as long as we would in vinyasa. We can take a slight rounding through the upper back. And just allowing the sit bones to relax, the hips to relax, and the upper body. So it's a decompression for the lower spine here, and really opening into those hips. So be mindful, take your time, and again you can take the forehead or the hands to a block or some support if you have that. Maybe pop the hands on a cushion, just bringing that floor up to you a little bit more. And it can take a while for our hips to really relax and open up into this one, so just focus the breath. With every exhale, softening that a little bit more. Offering no resistance, not holding on to tightness or tension, letting it all go. Sinking deeper into the stillness. If you're feeling the body fidgeting, just try to hold on to the stillness unless it really is too much, and then come out, take a position that feels comfortable for you. Join back in when you are ready. But by allowing the body to be still, we can allow your breath to be still. And then when the breath is still, that's when the mind can be still. And when one moves, the other tends to move. If you can imagine a school of fish all swimming really tightly next to each other, as soon as one goes, they all go. So really harnessing the stillness of the body as the first port of call. Okay, we're slowly going to start to ease up. Be really gentle as you unravel the legs, just taking them in front. Again, just take a nice windscreen wiper here, so soles of the feet to the mat, and just moving the legs side to side. And then we're going to come to repeat on the opposite side. So just taking that bend into the right knee, so the right leg is on the bottom, and then crossing the left leg over the top. So you kind of want the left knee to be exactly on top of the right knee. And again, the sit bones connecting to the mat if you feel that they're lifting. Or if there's any pain in the knees, just straightening that right leg out in front of you. And so whichever variation you find yourself in, knowing that is right for you, and remembering to meet yourself there, meeting yourself where you are, not pushing too hard, which could result in injury and setback. Taking the deep breath in, and then again, just slowly walking those hands forward, allowing head and neck to relax. Keeping your awareness on the body, maybe observe how this side feels different to the other side. Where can you feel this happening in your body? What sensations can you feel? What is going on for you right now? And what effect does this have on your breath? So each time we take our minds back to the body, back to the breath when they wander, it's giving us the tools, the skill set to be able to do the same in life off the mat. To not react, to just sit with, be present, come back to the moment, to what's really going on inside. Okay, slowly starting to ease back up. Again, just unraveling the legs, taking a gentle windscreen wiper side to side. Should feel a really nice release on the hips. And then we're going to take it into our supported fish pose now. So if you have that blanket to hand or the cushion, you just want to see if you can roll it up tightly. A towel might do as well. So just taking it to hand, or if you have the brick. So rolling it up, and you want to have it underneath. So if you just come to lie down on the mat, you want to have it underneath where the shoulder blades are. So just where the bottom of the shoulder blades, you just want it to be placed there. So either the block or the blanket. If you want to feel, you maybe want to take it a little bit deeper, you can have maybe 2 blankets stacked on top of one another. I think I might show you with the block, actually, you might be able to see a little bit better. So taking it underneath, just underneath the shoulder blades. And then you can either have the soles of the feet on the mats, hands down by your sides, or you can extend those legs in front of you, and it might just take a minute to really allow the body to relax here. Close down through the eyes, take the awareness on the internal, and in time just allowing the muscles to relax, to let go, being patient, being kind, honouring your journey. Continuing to melt and to surrender. So again, opening up through the chest here and through the shoulders. As the body relaxes, as the body stills, allowing the mind to do the same. Remembering that you are exactly where you need to be. You have carved this time out of your day for yourself, to give back to yourself, which is the very least you can do in order to be of service to others. You need to take that time for yourself. Feeling as the body continues to soften into the position, as it melts around the support beneath you. Just drawing the feet in towards the bottom, taking the soles of the feet to the mats. You're just going to really slowly drop the knees over to the right and then just roll over to the right a little bit. Left shoulder coming off the mats. And then slowly windscreen wiper the other way. Take your time, be gentle. Just finding a bit of movement here before we take it into our supported bridge. So whatever the support you have, whatever the prop or the block, we're just going to lower that down a bit. So taking it to the sacrum. Now, you want to make sure that it's not on the lower back and it's not on the coccyx. So we all know where our coccyx is from when we've fallen over and smashed it and been crying for hours because it's so painful. So not on that bit, and not as high up as the lower back. So you'll feel almost the bony bit, which isn't as low down as the coccyx. So you just want to pop the block or the support there. Now, if you do have a block or a book and you feel you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can stack some on top of the other, or you can just flip the block or the book around so it's on a slightly higher edge. And again, you can keep the soles of the feet on the mat, or you can extend the legs out in front, which will just give you a bit more of a stretch through the hip flexors here as well, and through the thighs. And again, just now allow as your body surrenders. Give space for that to happen. Give permission for that to happen. And as more time goes by, just seeing how far the body travels. When you don't offer up any resistance, when you don't cause any fights, just seeing how the body relaxes and deepens for you. The body opens up for you by just accepting, by letting go. It will take you deeper. It will take you further. And this can be said for things off the mats in our general life. We're not using up any unnecessary energy. We're not making anything harder. Just simply allowing what is to be. Slowly, just coming onto the soles of the feet again and just removing that support from underneath you, popping it to one side, lowering the back all the way down to your mat, and we're just going to take it into some supine twists. Maybe just hug both knees into the chest before we do this. Take a gentle rock side to side. Nice release on the lower back, maybe rotating the knees round in circles one way and the other way. And then extending that left leg out in front of you, right knee is still drawing in towards the tummy. You're just going to take your left hand to that right knee and then drawing the right knee over to the left, taking your gaze towards the right. Just feel that nice twisting sensation through the right side body. Shoulders should still be drawing down into the mat, so if you feel they're starting to lift, just allow the knee to ease back over to the right a little. And then taking it back to center. Left knee draws into the tummy, right leg extends out in front of you. Right hand to left knee and then rolling that knee over to the right. Take your gaze to the left. It might feel nice to take a cactus arm with that left hand, so just having the hands, that left hand in line with the head, bending the elbow. Taking it back to center. One last squeeze of the knees into the tummy. And then extending your legs out in front of you here, hands come down by the sides. Allowing the weight of your body to become ever more, drawing down into the mat, into that support. If you have your blanket to hand, maybe popping it over you now. Allowing as the muscles around your face continue to relax, around your eyes, around your mouth, your jaw becoming slack. The shoulders melting, collarbones drawing apart. The breath becomes ever more shallow, the rise and the fall of your body a little less. Hips falling open. The weight of the muscles in your legs becoming heavy. The ankles and feet falling out to either side as you continue to relax, continue to soften, to let go and to surrender into our final resting position, Shavasana. Now, in the spirit of surrendering and of offering up no resistance, to find a slightly easier life, to cause less suffering, to cause less pain and challenge, I wanted to share with you an excerpt from one of my favourite books called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It reads, "A Buddhist monk once told me, all I have learned in the 20 years that I have been a monk, I can sum up in one sentence. All that arises passes away, this I know." What he meant, of course, was this: I have learned to offer no resistance to what is. I have learned to allow the present moment to be and to accept the impermanent nature of all things and conditions. Thus, I have found peace. To offer no resistance to life is to be in a state of grace, ease, and lightness. This state is then no longer dependent upon things being in a certain way good or bad. It seems almost paradoxical, yet when your inner dependency on form is gone, the general conditions of your life, the outer forms, tend to improve greatly. Things, people, or conditions that you thought you needed for your happiness now come to you with no struggle or effort on your part, and you are free to enjoy and appreciate them while they last. All those things, of course, will still pass away, cycles will come and go, but with dependency gone, there is no fear of loss anymore. Life flows with ease. So just starting to bring some awareness back to your body, giving your fingers, your toes a gentle wiggle. Reaching your hands over your head, extend your feet the opposite way, take a really nice deep full body stretch. And then hugging knees into chest. Rolling over onto your right side. And then keeping your eyes closed whenever you are ready and in your own time. Just rolling up to a comfortable seated position. Taking hands to heart center. As always, taking our final moments of our practice just to check back in, to observe how you are feeling now from when we started the practice. Whether there's maybe been a shift for you in whatever area or space that looks like, whatever area, space or capacity that is. Resting back upon the intention you may have set at the beginning and thinking about whether there is a way you can continue to honour that in life off the mat throughout the rest of your day or week ahead. And coming back to the idea of surrendering, again not in the sense of giving up or giving in, but in the sense of offering no resistance, allowing what is to be and accepting things for what they are. Is there may be a certain area or aspect of your life, a situation that's going on at the moment that you could offer less resistance to? Just being accepting and maybe causing less trouble or pain for yourself in the long term. And taking a last and final moment, as always, to really appreciate and acknowledge yourselves for the journey that you are on, and for taking the time out of your day to really sit in stillness throughout this yin practice. Giving back to yourself, back to your body, back to your mind. Taking one last deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, bowing head, chin to chest. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I'm wishing you the best of luck for the next week of your challenge, and I will see you very soon.